Varun.
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
RCB with a statement win. They have humbled the defending champions and picked up their first points of IPL 2025. They couldn't have asked for a better start to Rajat Patidar's captaincy career. KKR, well, questions that they would need to answer. Of course, it's a long season and it's only one game, but we unpack everything relevant from that game at the Eden Gardens on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Weekend for Timeout. In the company of Varun, Ambati Rayudu, Piyush, Chawla. I like to start with the person who gets their prediction right or was closest. So let me start with PC, who said easy win for RCB, but what a statement win, Piyush, with the way they chased that target down.
Well, the way they batted in the power play, I said if KKR want to make a mark, they have to pick up 2-3 wickets in the power play, but which they were not able to. And now you see the result, because KKR, that Eden wicket has become one of the flattest wicket there, and that too with the hard ball, quick outfield. It's not easy for the bowlers, and once you don't get wickets in the power play, things becomes really easy, and that's what we have witnessed today.
I mean, can you make impressions of just the energy and attitude of how a team bats the way RCB batted today, right?
I think they looked special. They looked very different from many previous seasons that I have seen them. And you know, they have something in them this season.
Yeah.
Touch wood, hopefully it all goes well for them. Varun?
Well,
absolutely.
He's nicely put that to you.
I mean, that's why Varun looked little shocked.
Yeah.
I'll be happy if I get my predictions wrong and RCB keep winning. It'll be good. and they finally lift this trophy this year, because it's a long time coming. But that said, I felt the matchups were towards RCB to their favor. Vaibhav when he took the new ball, I was really suspect, because he's a good matchup to for Virat and for Salt. They both like the ball coming back in. So when you're an opening batsman and you get a bowler who bowls to your strengths, that's you're starting off well there straight away. And then after that, Harshit Rana, see, it's going to be a difficult season, could be or couldn't be a difficult season for Harshit Rana and Vaibhav, mostly because they were unknown commodities till last year. This year, teams are going to be better planned versus them. So it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate this season.
I think if they had a chance at all, KKR, it was if they get a few wickets. But Vaibhav goes for 20, and then the key time was Varun Chakravarti's first over. That over, Rayudu going for 21, Phil Salt taking him down. That was in some ways just the game.
Yeah, I think so. And also, bowling Vaibhav the third over was not a great move by Ajinkya, in that game. And, Varun has bowled in Dubai, if you all know that, in the Champions Trophy, and ball was stopping and turning. I mean, this wicket, after a roll, in between the innings, it's become even more flatter, even better to bat on. So, I feel it was not easy for Varun, but he still needs to get his lengths right. Maybe
Came back well. Both spinners did it, but it did feel like KKR were missing one more spinner, something missing from the KKR champion-winning team of last
one
year.
more spinner would have done that game, would have stretched for another 10 balls.
Yeah.
That would have been the only option, because the way the RCB batters started, especially Salt, he was taking on against all the bowlers, especially when Varun came. Everyone knows that Varun is a trump card for KKR, and if you take him down, so thing becomes really easy and KKR is under the pump, and that's what exactly happened. When he was bowling, he went for 20 plus run in the first over. Generally, KKR expect him to bowl 4 overs for 25 odd runs, and when he went for 21 in the first over itself, so pressure was totally onto the KKR bowling lineup then.
We spoke a little bit about rivalry, new seasons, new squads. Do you sense there would be some management in KKR thinking we should not have let this guy go?
I don't think
Phil
so.
Salt?
It's early doors in the tournament. Teams are the first few matches is where teams are going to actually get their combinations right. I mean, today was one of those off days for KKR where their middle order and their lower order completely flopped, which generally doesn't happen. Players like Russell get going. Rinku again is quite bankable. So it's the first game. Let's not read too much into what has happened today. Long term,
yeah, fair enough.
But as of today, I think RCB were the better team, hands down. And the most important thing is KKR were 20 runs at least short, minimum 20 runs short.
Let's go to that. Where do you think this game was lost? Was it the sort of middle overs with the bat by KKR?
Yeah, middle overs batting by KKR, and also the intent and the energy difference between both the sides was quite evident there. RCB were really up for it. You could see that in their approach, even when they were bowling. You saw how Rafiq Salam celebrated after getting Sunil Narayan's wicket. That shows that even after the team was at 107, they still believed that you could bog KKR down from there. So I felt RCB were really up for this game. KKR weren't.
Yeah, I mean, can you go deeper into that in terms of what makes for a team more up for a game than on opening day? I mean, KKR are the defending champions.
And also I feel the price tags that these KKR players have been bought at the auction has put a lot of pressure on them, and that was quite evident even in their batting, and their clarity of thought was a little different to what we have seen them play in the previous season, because they were more free. They were playing their shots more freely. They were picking those balls to hit much more better.
Yeah.
It's still early days.
But good signs.
Yeah, we could sense that.
Yeah, I mean, I think RCB gave us an indication at the auction with the kind of batting they assembled that they want to play almost similarly to how Sunrisers played. Do you sense that is now a theme? We've seen evidence of that they're going to play the hard power game?
Well, looks like that in the first game today itself, the way they came out for a chase. Obviously, it was 170 plus runs chase. If they wanted, they could have taken little more time, but they wanted to bat like this. So they made their plans really clear that this is the way we're going to bat, and that's how the way it should be. Because if you take the bowlers down in the first 6 overs, it becomes really difficult for the captain, for the bowling captain, that where to rotate the bowlers and how to rotate the bowlers if you're not getting wickets up front then.
Join the conversation, folks. If you're watching on our YouTube live, just post your questions, comments if you want. I'll try and take as many of them to the panel while we still have some time. On the converse side, I know you're saying we can't make too many long-term impressions, and yes, it's one game, Varun, but do you feel like KKR don't have the same firepower with the bat? After losing Salt, what we saw from RCB, do you sense that KKR doesn't quite seem as explosive as a batting unit?
Look, we must understand that last year was quite an anomaly, because you don't see somebody like a step-in opener like Sunil Narayan score the amount of runs he scored. So it was, I wouldn't say it happened by chance, but obviously, I mean, it generally doesn't happen. Again, Russell also had a great IPL with the bat and with the ball, which generally he fires with either one. and Narayan and Varun had a brilliant IPL. Stark again was going for a lot of runs. Just in the playoffs, he kind of found his gears. So everything fell right at the right time for KKR last year. So let's not forget they had a tough start to the tournament last year as well. So answering your question, it's still early doors.
Yeah.
Anything could happen from here. We might see Narayan come back into form. Might not see him get runs at all. So it's very early to say anything. But I feel they bought into a style of cricket which is aggressive, and that's what we saw through the middle order. They didn't get it right today. They might get it right in the next match.
All right. Jagmohan on our YouTube live. I hope that answers your question. Is it too early to make anything of both teams? Yep, but a great way for RCB to start. Naveen Teja wants to ask Rayudu, is he impressed by RCB's team this year? See, there's a lot of Rayudu based questions as there would be on RCB team. I want to give you the chance to actually set the tone and set the conversation right, because people believe that you're not a big RCB fan.
No, I'm actually a huge RCB fan. I always want them to win. I mean, not when I'm playing against them, obviously, but I always love the team. So I don't know what people think that I feel, but I really want RCB to win, and I'll be the happiest if they win this year. And they have a team to do that. Maybe in the bowling department they are a little lacking, but definitely with the kind of energy that they have shown today, and if they can keep it intact, and even when they have 2 or 3 low games, if they still can continue this sort of positivity, composure is the main word. If they can maintain that composure on the field in tight situations, I think they can go the distance.
Okay, for all the guys who think Rayudu is an RCB hater, I'll just give you a small inside information. Rayudu's favorite jersey is actually the RCB jersey. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I mean, so he's got love for RCB. Okay.
No, I have immense love.
Yeah.
No, it's just that sometimes when you think from a cricketing perspective, when people ask me why RCB doesn't win, it is their own fault. That they need to admit. It is nobody else's fault.
And I think there was a perfectly valid opinion Rayudu had about how the emotions after making the playoffs were perhaps not proportionate to the achievement.
No, it happened to us as well when we were playing for MI. We managed to qualify against RR. I mean that 180
game that
we chased,
hit.
And after that we went so high that we could not come back to play the playoffs. And I know how that feels. So
it's like what's next? You've already achieved everything,
but
there's still 2 games left.
It's like everything is done, but still we have 2 more games to go.
Yep, that was the key to try and reset for it. Didn't happen against Rajasthan. Let's take some more questions. Varun, Guru Prasad for Piyush. Can we talk about the short ball and follow-up ball of the Venki Iyer wicket?
I think it was a really good move by Krunal Pandey. You know, when Venkatesh, we have seen many times when he comes into bat against the spinner, he just sends his helmet off. Just to put that doubt in his mind that I can do that as well. And after that, the shot which he tried, because that ball was quick enough. We all know that he has got a good arm ball, Krunal, and he bowled that one going little bit away from him, and he tried to play that too fine. So it's just that, you know, creating doubt in the batter's mind, because you can't do much, like you not getting that much of spin from the wicket. So at that particular time, from a bowler's point of view, you just want to create that doubt, and that's what he has done with that shot.
I'm now trying to think, there's very few spinners who can bowl a bouncer, and you are one of them. I've seen you bowl it. I'm trying to think if Venki Iyer also has this thing of, like, this is my way of showing the spinner that I will, you know, I've got some swag, and I've got, you would have thought the same, like, isko ek dalta hu main.
Well, I've done that many times, like, you know, bowling the quicker one, but it totally depends. I used to bowl bouncers, but not that often. But yeah, quicker one, totally up to the batters, like a Yorker. But if you're bowling that kind of a ball, if imagine I'm bowling at around 85, 88 k's per hour, and all of a sudden one ball comes in at 120, so it definitely creates a lot of doubts.
Deepak is saying I think Krunal Pandya could be the best buy for RCB. What do you guys think? It's a great start.
It's a great start, and you know, as the season progresses, as the wickets get tired and there is little bit help in the pitch, I think he is going to be very, very crucial. He has the experience, and also don't forget he can bat and finish games. So these guys have a solid side this year.
Okay,
they're looking good. Varun?
Thanks.
Because he's a proper ardent RCB fan.
I'm wondering what portion has Rayudu had for the show today. He's completely RCB man today.
No, I've always been.
No, I agree.
Rayudu is honest.
No, it's just that sometimes people can't digest the truth.
I think that's a very fair statement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the truth hurts more than most things, right? Let's take some more questions. Hanish wants to know what you made of Suyash Sharma's bowling today. I'm sure there'll be some notes made by the coaches. Let's ask the leggy.
Well, if you look at Suyash Sharma, he was trying to bowl too quick. I know it's like when you are under the pump as a spinner, what you try to do is you just want to finish off your over. But that's not, it's going to work this way. You have to slow it down a bit. You have to take your time. But today what he has done was, either he was too full or too short. He was not able to find the length, particularly against the batters who were going after him. And as we all saying that it's too early in the tournament, you have to give him those 2-3 chances, 2-3-4 games, because he's the lead spinner as of now looking at the bowling attack. So he might come good.
Okay, Janki Ram with an interesting one. I'm glad you brought it up because it completely slipped my mind on the mid-show. Was Narayan out or not out that time? I know what you're talking about because there was a short ball where given wide and Narayan just sort of dialing his bat around ended up hitting the stumps. The umpire had already given it wide and there were some inquiries by RCB. I think Tim David, even Phil Salt or Jitesh Sharma had inquired and appealed. But had you ever seen anything like that? It was quite bizarre. It could have been
stuff
case for hit wicket.
happens like that sometimes. But if the umpire has already given a signal, say a no ball or a wide, and something like that happens, then obviously it's not out. It's very simple.
No, I think he didn't hit the stump while playing a shot.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
Would you still have a word with Narayan later and say, listen, just be alert. Don't do that on a day where you know.
But he's like this only, you can't help it.
Okay, fair enough. What else do we have? I think there was another one. Yeah, Karthikeya, Phil Salt, Livingston, previous form doubts cleared. Like one game can make a difference.
Well, too early to say that.
Okay.
Because one inning can't really define how your tournament is going to go. And if you want to actually see the form, you have to wait for 5-6 games. And in those 5-6 games, if you get good 3-4 knocks, it means that you're going through a good form. 150 plus score and then you end up getting 2 or 3 low score, then you will ask me the different question that what do you think about his form now.
Okay, Suhas Shetty for Varun, should Sunil Narayan have bowled in the power play?
I mean, everything seems better in hindsight, but I think they went with their wicket-taking option, which is Varun. He generally gets them that wicket they need. And Narayan comes in as that defensive option which they tried.
But Narayan rarely bowls in the power play. Was there a case today when he was defending a below par score?
Again, what Rayudu said was spot on. They shouldn't have given Vaibhav the second over. They should have maybe brought on Harshit and then tried Narayan if he wasn't going well. But Narayan generally bowls after the power play and teams kind of stick to their kind of set pattern until and unless something really crazy happens.
Okay, how do you rate Rajat's captaincy, asks Rakshit. Should he have bowled more of Yash Dayal? How could he have used Rasik? What about the use of Suyash and Livingston? Rayudu?
I think he looked a little bit nervous at the start and definitely he will improve, and especially the confidence of this game. I think Yash Dayal should have bowled before Krunal Pandya to Sunil Narayan. I think he will improve. There will be a lot of inputs that he will get during this 5-6 days that they're going to rest, but he looks to be a very, very good captain. He has that composure.
Abdullah, I'll put this to Piyush. What happened to Varun Chakravarti today?
Well, it's just one of those days because he's the one bowler who was getting wickets, bowling the same lengths. This pitch was little different because generally when you get success bowling at that particular area, you try to stick to that, but Dubai pitches were different. And you come back here, you have to pull your lengths little back. Today he was too full and it was becoming very easy for the Salt.
Okay, this is an interesting one from Nani Core 4. Still Piyush Chawla is younger than Kohli. Still meaning he'll always be younger than Kohli.
Yeah,
because that's his age.
It's not that I have become younger overnight.
He's not Benjamin Button.
Sumit actually has an interesting one. क्या कोलकाता के players खोए लग रहे थे आज?
देखिए जब मैच ऐसा होता है तो फिर बंदा खो ही जाता है कई बार क्योंकि पहले आपने बैटिंग शुरू अच्छी करी, उसमें रन बने, फिर शुरू के 10 ओवर में फिर एकदम से आप कोलैप्स कर गए और जब बॉलिंग करने आए तो वो शुरू में पिटाई ऐसी होनी शुरू हुई तो फिर कई बार होता है खो जाता है. इट्स लाइक पता चलता है कि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स अ गेम.
Okay, just wrapping it up. Thanks so much guys for joining in the conversation. I'll just take one or two more. Vijay, for Rayudu, what did you think about the Rahane innings?
I think it's tremendous, and he shows the same form that he has shown in 2023 when he played for CSK, and he looks to be, he's always been a great captain, I feel, and his batting is also, tremendous the way he has started.
Yeah.
And he'll go the distance this time in terms of batting at least.
Okay, get you there with a good one. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, once fit, who does he replace in the 11?
I think he'll replace Razik Salam for sure, because that's a like-for-like replacement. I was surprised they didn't give him a few overs early on, because he can swing the ball today, Razik Salam. But RCB will have to also, like they won today, but they're going to have to get their bowling plans right, especially in the power play.
It's interesting that they have only 3 seamers to go to. They don't even have a part-timer or a batter who can bowl some seam. Is 3 seamers enough in IPL?
I mean, they're going to have to make the best of what they have at the moment, because they don't have the spinners as well. They're going to heavily bank on Krunal Pandya. He showed some great signs today by really taking the responsibility, getting them those crucial 3 wickets. So he's going to have to play a very important role in this team. Again, Suyash will also have to come in and step up his game in the next in the next few outings.
Okay, there is as far as their options go, someone's I think brought up, there's Mohit who says they do have Romario Shepherd, whether he can give them more of an option.
Yeah, I think so. I think he should be playing ahead of Tim David, to be very honest, because he can bowl those 1 or 2 overs. But Tim David is a better batsman. I mean, there is no comparison. But since you have Jitesh Sharma, Krunal Pandya, you can still afford to play Romario Shepherd.
Okay, there's a quick question on Padikkal as well, and whether 3 is a concern for him. I know it's all one game, guys, but we like to sort of try and foresee the future too over here.
I'm to be very, very honest, I feel he has an issue with the way he is lifting his bat in terms of his bat lift. Maybe he needs to work on that a little bit, because he had enough time, because he had few tough IPL seasons in T20 cricket as well, and he looks the same now. Hopefully he has a good season, but he needs to improve. He definitely needs to improve.
Ajay Sangwan for Piyush, how do you rate Patidar's innings, which even though it's a 30 odd, it's an important innings for a captain.
Well, it was a very important knock. We were talking off air about it, that those 34 runs of at a strike rate of almost 200, that really sets the tone, and that shows the intent. When he came into bat, he could have taken 2-3 balls, but he didn't do that. He came in with the intent, with clear thought that I'm gonna go, whatever is in my area, I'm gonna go for it. So those are like really good signs. The intent in T20 cricket is very important, and that's what Padikkal shows in that short inning.
Vishwajit says Kohli got 25 of his first 9. I'm going to extend that Kohli question, and it's for Rayudu. We saw him just continue to go hard today, which I think must please a lot of RCB fans.
Yeah, and it's pleased us as well, because Kohli generally loves to finish the game, stay not out, but here he stayed not out with the intent. He continued batting with that intent, and that shows that if Kohli is ready to do that, then the rest 8 of them will do that for RCB, and that's a great sign. So that shows his leadership there in the batting department.
It's also amazing. We almost take for granted that of course it's an IPL, Kohli is going to get a score, but my God, like if there's an opportunity to get that score, he never seems slow to start or out of form or scratchy. Kohli is just that machine just continues.
I mean, he's just he is who he is, because I mean the kind of accolades he gets and the kind of records he set, and everybody sings his praises for a reason, is because he gets these runs, especially when the team needs it in a chase. It's not there are a lot of batsmen who get a lot of first innings centuries, first innings runs, but he always manages to get those important runs in a chase, and that is priceless to any team, to the Indian team, to RCB. And like Rayudu said, leadership in his own role is going to be very important for RCB this year.
Alright, last 2, Suhas for Piyush saying the googly to Russell. Is that the game plan now for other teams against Russell?
Well, actually that ball was there to hit, he just missed it. To be very honest, it was right in the slot. He just missed it, otherwise it would have gone at least 15 rows back.
Alright, and I know we are on this game, but Carnage Gaming wants to ask Rayudu, who will win tomorrow, MI or CSK?
I think CSK, because they are missing Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah. So CSK are a little stronger in this game at least.
Okay.
But MI has a far better balanced side.
Alright, once I guess those two big boys come back. Yeah. Well, Hardik will be the last captain to be banned for over it, that we know. That rule has also gone away. Now let's do our rapid fire review. Thanks so much, guys, for sending the questions to the panel. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Picked up on things that we've missed sometimes as well. But keep that going as a theme as we give you all the analysis on this show. Right, rapid fire review, very simple drill. One question to each of you, in fact 2 questions to each of you, and just a quick fire answer. Let's start with the fiery fast bowler, shall we? RCB said pre-season they were going to go all out attack. Was this walking the talk?
100%. This is completely walking the talk. The way Salt and Virat started, and even the way Virat ended, was setting a precedent and saying, you know what, this is the kind of cricket we're going to play. If you guys can score more than us, all the best to you all.
All right, Rayudu, Salt's takedown of Varun's first over, was that where the chase was sealed?
Yeah, I think so. I think that over totally sealed it in terms of even the confidence of KKR has completely been shattered in that over.
Okay, Piyush, were you surprised by Krunal Pandya's effectiveness today, and what did you rate it?
Well, I'm not surprised at all because he's there for long and he has got that experience, and it's not that he has done that for the first time. He has picked up wickets earlier at a crucial stage, so he bowled really well and credit goes to him, especially after going for a few runs in the first over. He came back really strongly.
Okay, back to you, Varun. Why was Josh Hazlewood so good today?
He's always good. I don't remember when he's not being good. He started off really well, and again towards the back end there wasn't too much pressure on his bowling because he wasn't bowling against power hitters. KKR had lost too many wickets, so we got to take that into context, and he still stuck to his plans and bowled according to the batsman. Didn't just go in and bowl Yorkers and slowers. Saw who he's bowling against and execute his plans perfectly.
Okay, Rayudu, what stood out the most from Ajinkya Rahane's innings for you?
I think as usual his timing and his pickup shots which are a treat to watch.
Okay, and finally first impressions of Rajat Patidar, the captain. Piyush.
Well, the first game he looked little nervous, and which is obvious because when you leading your team at such a big stage, but as the tournament will progress he'll look even better because today the way he made changes and he think out of the box kind of a thought process, he looked good.
Okay, oh, you three looked great today, I can tell you. That was so much fun, guys. Thank you very much, Varun Aaron, Ambati Rayudu, Piyush Chawla.
Thank you.
Rayudu, I hope you enjoyed your debut with us.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Same like RCB. It's been a win.
On the red couch. It's all about the red couch today.
Tomorrow, unfortunately, Rayudu will not be on the red couch. He will be at the Chepauk. So I wish you a good trip over there, and we'll see you back very soon. You're back with us, Piyush Chawla. Varun Aaron, I'll see you at some point in the day tomorrow as well. And we look forward to your company as we continue to have some fun and talk all the cricket that needs to be talked about with the IPL. It's off to a great start for RCB, not so much for the defending champions, but it's still just game 1. Double header tomorrow, Sunrisers Rajasthan in the afternoon, small matter of CSK MI in the evening. Build up around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon if you're in India on Maruti Suzuki Arena Presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. So see you then. Good night.
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.